Greetings, everybody. This is David Williams, and I will be your cruise director for the Principles of Marketing course this fall, both sections. And I made a little, this is going to be an introduction to the course, and I'll hit some of the high points and some information about the course and direct you to where you can find other information. So with that said, first I would like to encourage you to follow the Wright School of Business social media platforms. The font on this is kind of messed up as it got uploaded to Collaborate, but you can see our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter accounts there, all of them at Dalton State WSOB. And you can also go to our website, which is daltonstate.edu/business. I encourage you to follow those platforms, share them into your networks, and you can see what we're doing, which is especially important. You're taking an online class or remote learning, and you can keep track of what we're doing and you can see all the opportunities that we make available for students with respect to internships, employment, speakers, activities, different things like that. So I'd just like to start off with that, and it's easy to remember at Dalton State WSOB. So with that said, this is me, Dr. David Williams, and most importantly, this is my rescue pup, Leo, from last Thanksgiving, I believe. And he is ridiculous and is a very good boy. And my running buddy, and he will be featured prominently throughout the semester because I can't help it. Just look at him. He just makes everything better. Left to right, this is him being studious when he's doing a little reading for his Principles of Marketing course. And he was trying to get picked up to go to a Christmas party because he can't drive because he doesn't have any thumbs. And he was putting out some Instagram pics trying to attract some attention. And for some reason, he's terribly afraid of Rachel Ray. I don't know why, but you put a picture of Rachel Ray near him and he gets frightened. And he just turned 10. And he is, like I said, a good boy and a fine gentleman. I am married with a daughter who just finished grad school at Florida State and is starting her first, I guess we'll say, real professional job tomorrow in Dallas, Texas. Her name's Lindsay. That's her on the left. As a little one, that's her on the right, grown up in the middle. My wife Julie on the right, and I don't know who that goof is standing with them, but just always like to point out whenever you think about saying something mean about me that, I do have feelings and I do have a family and a dog. I was born in Mobile Infirmary, and I grew up. My father worked with the Navy. If you'll notice all these coastal cities we lived in Norfolk, Virginia. We moved for a time to a little town in North Carolina, right there. And then we returned back. He took a job in Pensacola, and I finished high school in Fairhope, Alabama, which is again in South Alabama. And now I live in Cobb County. somewhere around right in there. So about an hour south of the Dalton State campus. And I've been living in Cobb County for 20 years. I got my undergraduate degree at the University of Montevallo, which is just south of Birmingham in Alabama. You can see 1867. Founding. And then I got my MBA at the University of South Alabama, home of the Jaguars. And I completed my doctoral studies and dissertation at Kennesaw State University. So that is my educational background. My undergraduate degree was in marketing, my MBA, which is general MBA, and then my doctorate is in, my undergraduate was in management. I got an MBA, general MBA, and then my doctorate is in marketing. So just a brief little bit about me, if you don't know who I am or haven't had a class with me. I started an electrical contracting firm in 1992 with my brother. We sold that to a publicly traded company, headquartered out of San Francisco, California in 2000. And that's how I managed to move from Alabama to Atlanta to put the companies together. I left that operation in 2003. I was a Mr. Mom for about a year and became extremely bored at the bus stop. And so I just kind of asked around. I looked around on the internet for some schools that were around because I had my MBA at that time. See if there were any teaching opportunities. I thought that might be fun, and started college level teaching in 2004. I taught adjunct at Georgia Highlands and Southern Polytechnic and KSU, and in my alma mater, the University of Montevallo, and I decided that that would be a good career, academia. I think I would enjoy that, researching and writing and teaching. So I managed to work my way into a doctoral program at an advanced stage, and I completed that and defended my dissertation in 2014. I was teaching at Berry College in Rome, or Mount Berry, Georgia, actually, at the time, and Dalton State had a job they were advertising, as well as a couple other schools, and I applied, interviewed, and I decided that Dalton State would be the best match for me, and I've been at the Wright School of Business since 2014. So what do I teach? In the fall, which is this semester, each fall I teach principles of marketing and sports marketing. In the spring, I teach social media marketing, which is my primary research interest, and marketing strategy, which is the capstone course for marketing majors. In the summer, I teach a course that I created called Current Issues and Emerging Trends in Marketing, and I teach a section of business ethics, usually, because that's a required course, and we like to offer sections of that every semester, sections of required courses every semester. So my primary research interests revolve around social media usage and marketing, uncontrolled marketing communications, communications not controlled by the firm, and then using technology and social media in knowledge delivery or in teaching. So this might be something fun you might be interested in doing. Is you can go to just put Google Scholar in your toolbar. That's Google's way to look at academic work. And if you're taking a class with a professor, put their name in, and you can see what they have written and published and who's reading it, and you can see what they're into. This is a screen, just a screen grab of some of my publications, things have been published about social media, and you can look, and also, I think they're all about social media except for using Twitter and a learning management system, and I also have a Twitter feed, which will, for my courses for marketing majors, and a blog site with jobs on it, etc., which I'll talk about later on. But anyway, so that's just an example. You could do that for any of your professors. So before we get into the syllabus overview, as you may be aware, I created a survey in July to get some information from people who are taking my courses this fall as to the way they would like the online courses to operate, or what their preferences were. See if there were, if there was a group one way or another way to try to do something that, so that I can deliver the course in a way that would make people or do it the best way possible based on feedback from the students. So here are the results as of tonight. The first question was, do you prefer a synchronous class schedule, meaning that we meet online times that the class were scheduled for face-to-face before they changed to online, or an asynchronous class schedule where I do lectures and recordings like this, and you can watch on your own schedule. So you can see out of 40 people, 30 preferred asynchronous or no preference, and 10 said they might prefer synchronous, that we meet online at a specific time. So therefore, that's roughly 75-25. So I think that we'll have some synchronous meetings where we'll meet on Microsoft Teams, and maybe we'll have a lecture or two that way. I haven't quite decided. So maybe a fourth of the class will involve some of that, and then 3/4 will involve asynchronous course delivery based on your feedback. Second question was office hours, where I would be available for specific hours each week, or I can just be available all the time. And if you contact me, send me a text, we can arrange a time that's good for you and me, and we could meet virtually, FaceTime, collaborate, Teams, whatever. So the results were virtual office hours were 30%, no preference or on demand were 70%, so about the same. So I don't really know what to do with that. We're going to talk about office hours in a minute, but I may set up a time once a week or something where I'll be available online. I'm going to come back to that, but the majority prefers on-demand office hours, probably because they work around their schedule, or they don't care. They didn't care. All right, and then there was a third question about having Q&A sessions, live ones, using Teams, Facebook Live, Periscope, etc. I use all of those, indicating your interest. So we had 35 people, and the mean score was 73.03. So there was it ranged from 10 to 100. It was a slider. So that's a little better than, of course, a little better than 50%. And so it seems like there might be some interest in that. So if we go back to the last questions, or the last question where we have, or we go to the first question. Sorry, I'm going back. Synchronous, online at a specific time. If we put those together, so there's some interest. I guess there's some people that would like to have a live team session. So I'll try to do some of those based on this feedback. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, the results of that, of the survey I sent out to everybody that chose to participate. And those were the findings of that questionnaire. Okay, so I have some screenshots of some pages of the syllabus. This little review of the syllabus should not be a substitute for you reading the syllabus, which is online on D2L 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There may be changes to the syllabus, which I will communicate to you. You'll notice at the bottom of each page, it has the date when it was revised. And it's been revised a lot because there's a lot of stuff to get in there. But I do want to go over, try to stress some of the maybe most important, not that it's not all important, some of the highlights of the syllabus for principles. So these are the two sections that I'm teaching right now, both principles of marketing. So you either register for section 1 or 30. This is my cell phone number. All right. You are welcome and able to text me nearly anytime, 7 days a week. I'm available. If you need to, if you have a question that's hanging you up, or you need to talk about something or whatever, all I ask is that you text me first. Don't just call me, and tell me who you are and what the issue is, what you want to do, and I will respond, and we will set up. If I can answer on text, fine. If you want to talk about something, that's good. We can FaceTime, or we can use Teams or Collaborate. There's a link for Collaborate on D2L for every class, and we can do it however. So right now I have office hour availability. If you need to discuss something with me or have a question, if it's pressing, you can text me. If it's just something that I can answer, just some general question, email me. This is my email address. And I would always ask that you read the syllabus first to make sure it's not answered on there. Or look at D2L and see if I've put a handout up there or made an announcement about it. And then you can get in touch with me. So this is the textbook, Kotler and Armstrong. I'll be using the 18th edition. You can probably use the 17th edition, which is out there and available, used, or you can get online access or whatever you want. I believe they sync up pretty well. Your responsibility to make sure that they sync up. You will need access to the MyLab marketing through Pearson. Your quizzes will be on there, and perhaps some other things as well. But I know the quizzes will be on MyLab marketing. Plus, you can get access to the book, an online version, if you want to do that. And that's really reasonable, or I hate to say, we don't say cheap in marketing, but inexpensive. I may post some additional readings and things on D2L and Georgia View, and it's called Georgia View in our system, but it's really called Brightspace by D2L. So I don't know why they continue to call it Georgia View, but they do. So at a minimum, I notice I say minimum, you would need an access to Office 365, which you can download through the Dalton State site. That's an integrated software suite. Pack back, which I'm going to come back to. There's information on D2L. It is an online discussion platform that will be that's part of your grade. So you will need to sign up for that, and you'll be getting an invitation. I think tomorrow morning it will be generated, and there's also information on D2L about how to sign up. You'll need access to my lab marketing, which I mentioned up above with the textbook with Pearson. Email, of course. So those are the minimums for successfully completing this course. All right. You'll need to a Packback account, my lab marketing account. There's information about signing up for that too. My main communication method in the course will be D2L. So there's information posted on there on the D2L course site about how to set up alerts, where you can get a text message or an email when I post content or put something on the calendar, whatever. I encourage that you do that. Set up alerts so that you receive a notification, because I don't like people blowing up my email, so I try not to blow up yours and try to post all the information there. Okay, D2L is used in this course by me in every course I teach heavily. So become familiar with it if you're not already. This is a catalog descriptor of the course, and it's a introduction to the basic principles of marketing practices and application of these practices. So everybody has to take principles of marketing. That's why you're taking the course. We can lie to each other and believe that you're taking it because of you heard I was an outstanding professor, but it's required. I know that, you know that, and so we'll try to make it good. If you're undecided about your major, maybe marketing might be it after you take this course, or you might say, I never want anything to do with that ever again, but let's hope not. So we're going to have 3 exams. Those will be on D2L. All right, the D2L calls them quizzes, but that's where they'll be. We're going to have chapter quizzes for each chapter. That will be on the My Marketing Lab platform, which I just talked about. The final exam will be on D2L, Georgia View. All right, and quizzes, Packback discussions will take place on the Packback site, and that should add up to 100%. So Packback discussions are due every week, every Sunday night. And then the quizzes are due at different times. When you set up your account, you'll see when they're due after we finish the chapters. It's hard to, it's hard to get that exactly right, in August for what's going to be happening in October. But having done it before, it's probably pretty close. So half the grade will be on the 3 exams. The other half will be on the quizzes, the final exam, and the Packback discussions. And obviously, that's the way to grade. 90 to 100 A, something everybody's familiar with. So here's the course calendar. Sometimes I put tentative course calendar above that, but I try to hold to it. I can tell you the exams are going to be the weeks that I say they are, because I know people need to plan around them, and you have plenty of time to take them. So the final exam day and time, I don't have that. I don't have that schedule for some reason. I thought I did, but I don't. But I inquired about it, so when I get that, I'll probably add that in there. And since it'll be online, you'll have time to take it during that week, because it's going to finish early this semester. I guess before Thanksgiving. So these are the chapters we're going to cover. Kind of when I've got a TBA built in here. I was going to build in another one, but not to give us some flexibility in case I don't get everything done for one chapter when I want to. But that little gap there I've built in there is just to give us some breathing space in case we want to adjust something. So you can see the exam days or the exam weeks, 1, 2, and 3, and then the final exam. Of course, you know that we've got pack back and chapter quizzes. So those are the highlights of the course. There's a lot of additional information on the syllabus that's important, that you should be familiar with. So you should read it. And know it. And if you have a question, look there first, and then look on D2L to see all the other information I've posted to see if your question's answered. If not, you've got my cell phone number, which is dangerous. But I've given that out for several years and never had a problem. So I don't expect that I'll have one here. So with that said, let's try not to antagonize each other and try to learn something and maybe get some enjoyment out of the Principles of Marketing course this fall at Dalton State College in the Wright School of Business. All right, I look forward to it, and I will see you at a minimum on the internet. Thanks.